Hey Geometry, welcome to the beginning of our flex block unit on radicals. Learning target for this first one is I can evaluate expressions involving perfect squares. So there's a lot of just vocab in here. The important parts are that this symbol is called the radical symbol. The index is the small number here. And the big number underneath your radical symbol is called a radicand. So for index, we usually see the radical symbol without an index. And when we see it without an index, that's when it's called a square root. When your index is 3, it's called a cube root. If this number was a 4, we'd call it a fourth root. But all we're going to be using in this unit is square roots. So every radical we see will be a square root. So if I was reading that to myself out loud, the square root of 49 would look like this. And what that's asking is what number times itself is equal to 49? Well, 7 times 7 is equal to 49, so the square root of 49 is 7. The next one is the cube root of 8. So what this is asking you to find is what number multiplied by itself 3 times is equal to 8. So that's what the index means. A number gets multiplied 3 times to equal 8. In this one, it's a number gets multiplied twice to equal 49. At the bottom of this page is just a super helpful list of perfect squares and square roots from 1 to 15. If you don't have a calculator handy, this will be a good reference for the problems we're doing on the back. So that's what these lists are helpful for. They have everything in here that you need. So the ones we just used, the square root of 9 and the square root of 100, those are right here in the table. Is one that I don't know off the top of my head. That one's for this page over. Our job here when we are evaluating expressions with radicals is to simplify each radical, and then we'll use our order of operations to evaluate the expression. So for example, in our first one, we have the square root of 4 plus the square root of 16. Well, the square root of 4 is 2. The square root of 16 is 4. So this expression is equal to 6. In the next one, square root of 9 is 3. Square root of 100 is 10. 3 times 10 is 30. If you don't know your perfect squares and square roots off the top of your head, so let's see, do things get weirder? Yeah, we can subtract. The square root of 169 is 13. Square root of 49 is 7. 13 minus 7 is 6. We can even divide. Let's see, for this one, the square root of 225 is 15. The square root of 25 is 5. 15 divided by 5 is 3. We can apply the same properties of adding, subtracting, multiplying, and dividing, even when we have two numbers inside of our square root. So for this one, the first thing I'm going to do is add 72 plus 9. 72 plus 9 is 81. And now I can take the square root of 81. That's 9. In the next one, I have to multiply 2 times 8. That's 16. The square root of 16 is 4. In the next one, we have the square root of 200 minus 4. Well, 200 minus 4 is 196. And the square root of 196, 18. And last one, we have the square root of 128 divided by 2. So I'm going to simplify what's in my square root first. 128 divided by 2 is 64. The square root of 64 is 8. So your practice assignment for today is these 16 try it problems on the bottom. I'm going to post like a jumbled up answer key on our Google Classroom so that you can check the answer key to make sure your answer is in there. If you get an answer that is not in the answer key, then something went wrong. Some of these get a little bit more complicated than the basic examples we did up above, but the idea is the same every time. Simplify what's underneath your square root and then figure out what your square root is equal to. So good luck. Have fun with the try it problems. See you next week.